Hi everyone, welcome to Crafting with Giulia. I'm Giulia and I'm so glad you tuned in today. If you enjoy my video, please hit the like button and leave me a comment. I love to get feedback from my viewers. Also, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can be notified of all my newly released videos. Also, feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I invite you to join my Facebook group called Crafting with Giulia's Creative Community, where you can be part of my crafting family. All of those links are in the description below this video. Project number 1 is this beautiful lantern that I made out of Dollar Tree picture frame. For this project, you're going to need 4 5x7 picture frames. I got these at Dollar Tree. You're going to need 1 piece of wood cut at 9 1/4 by 8 inches. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of wood cut at 10 1/2 inches by 9 1/4 inches. You're also going to need some balsa wood so that you can make the window pane in the frames, and I cut them to size. You'll also need this rope that I got at Dollar Tree, or any kind of rope, and you're going to need toilet paper, the inside of the toilet paper roll. So I started by removing the inside of the picture frames. I took the back off, and I took the glass out. And you want to remove those little metal pieces that hold the glass in, because we're not going to need them. So I removed them from all of the picture frames. All right, then you can just throw those out. Then what I did was I got my hot glue gun, and we want to put the glass back in, but we want to glue it to the frame. So just run some glue around the picture frame. And then just put the glass back inside. And I'm going to do this for all 4 picture frames. Now, I already cut and painted the window panes. Like I said before, I used balsa wood because it's easy to cut. I was going to use coffee stirrers, but I found that the stirrers were not long enough. So I found this balsa wood, and this worked perfectly. So I went ahead and I cut all my pieces, and I painted them black to match the picture frames. And now I'm just going to glue them inside. So now that that's all done, now I am ready to glue all of my picture frames together. So I just want to make a box. So I'm just going to run some glue along the sides, and I am going to glue all of the frames together. So now that I have it all glued together, I am ready to put it on the base. So I took my base, which is painted black. Everything is painted black. And now I am just going to put some glue around the bottom. I use my hot glue gun to put it around the bottom. And I'm just going to eyeball it and place it in the center of the wood base. So now I'm ready to make the top. So I'm going to take my two pieces of wood, the larger one and the smaller one, and I am going to grab some wood glue and I'm just going to smear this all over the back. Just put it around. Give it a nice coating of wood glue. And then we're just going to put this on the top. Lay it down right on the top. Again, I'm going to eyeball it into the center. Okay, that looks good. Then we're going to take our little toilet paper roll that I painted black, and we're going to glue that to the center. And this is going to act as the fitting to put the rope through. And we're going to make a little fake handle. So again, I'm just going to eyeball it in the center there. Looks good. And now we're going to take some rope. I told you I got this at Dollar Tree. And we're just going to cut a little piece. And we're going to glue it into the center of the toilet paper roll. So just cut it there. And now I'm going to glue it right to the center. And we're going to make a little handle. And now we're ready to embellish the top with some floral picks. So that's what the top looks like. And before we do that, I am going to put my battery operated candle inside. Of course, you don't want to use a real candle. That would be very dangerous. So we're going to lay that in the center. And I am using faux snow, which I am going to sprinkle around the bottom of the base. So now we're ready to put the lid back on, and we are going to decorate it with some floral picks and some ribbon. So I got my bow maker out to make the bow. It just makes it so much easier. And I got some Christmas ribbon, and right now I am going to cut a little dovetail at one end and put that into the bow maker. First I got to add some wire, and we're going to first make the tail. Then you're going to put it through and twist it. And twist it again. And now I'm going to make the other tail. Again, I'm going to give it a little dovetail. And that will be the base of my bow. And now I'm just going to loop it around and make a nice bow. And now I'm ready to add my floral picks. So I'm just going to lay them down. I already cut them out with my wire cutter. Just going to lay them down and make a beautiful little arrangement on the top of my lantern. And that's it. Here's my lantern. What do you all think? Project number 2 are these gorgeous wine bags that light up. These are the perfect hostess gifts. So let's start with cutting the bag. Now I already made one. My bag measures out to be 15 inches long, and that covers a wine bottle and it leaves a little overlap at the top. So what you're going to do is you are going to take your burlap and double it. Have it doubled, and you're going to cut 15 inches long by 7 inches wide. So this is my 15 inches long, and we're going to cut it 7 inches wide, which would be to there. Okay, so now you end up with a 30-inch piece. So I am going to take it over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to run a stitch up both sides. Okay, so I turn them right side out, and now we're going to stencil them. So we're going to put some cardboard in between the layers so we don't get the stencil going all the way through. And I went ahead and I got my Cricut out and I made holiday stencils. Okay, so I made my stencils out of vinyl because that just works better for me. The stenciling material does not work for me. So I just took a piece of vinyl from a color that I hardly ever use, and that's how I made my stencil using my Cricut. So now I am going to put it on the bag and make sure I get all those little marks because I don't want that pulling up. Okay, let's see how that comes. So I'm going to pull my transfer paper off, and let's keep our fingers. Okay, so I'm going to stencil one with green stenciling paint, and the other one with Now we're just going to wait for that to dry. Okay, so here's our finished product. Beautiful, right? I'm going to show you how we put that all together. So we sewed our bag. I gave you the dimensions. We stenciled it, used my Cricut to make the stencil. And now we're going to grab our wine bottle and we're going to add some lights to it. So I got these on Amazon. They're a string of lights. They're called fairy lights. And I'm just going to open the package. And you're just going to untwist that. And let's make sure they work first. You have to pull this out. There they go. Nice. Okay. So you're going to unravel it and you're going to get some tape and we're going to tape this to the bottle. So starting at the bottom, you're just going to wrap it around the bottle and you're going to tape it. You're going to continue to tape it. I think I want it to be more. Sorry, I didn't tape that right. Let's take that off and let's redo it. So I want that to go there, there. There we go. Okay. Let's put that on, see how that looks. Okay. Now we're going to put that in the bag. Okay, then we're going to grab a piece of twine or rope and we are now going to tie the bag. Okay, now we're just going to add our embellishments. So I got this at Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to take a stem off, and we're going to glue it right to the bag. So grabbing a little hot glue, glue it right to the bag. Make sure it sets. And there is your presentation all ready to bring to your hostess. Is that not fabulous? Merry and bright. Get it? Bright? Haha. I love it. That is great. Project number 3 is this adorable little mitten that I made out of burlap. This is a great little decoration, or you can actually use it to put real candy in. So I went on my Cricut and I found this image of a mitten, and I printed it out and cut it out, and this mitten is 9 inches long. So I traced it on my burlap, which I did here, and you could do one of two things. You could either sew it or glue it. I am going to sew it, so I'm going to just run a stitch all the way around and leave the top open. So here it is all sewed up, and I turned it right side out, and now I had this piece of border that I had left over from another project. Not sure where I got it, but it's already ruffled and I kind of like it, and I'm going to use that as the band for the top. So I am just going to measure it out and cut it right there, and we're going to glue that to the top. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. If I can get my glue gun working. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to start it right there, and I'm going to go around. Okay, so far so good. Then I went in my Christmas stash and I found this pretty snowflake. So I think I am going to put it right there as an embellishment. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, and then I got a little bit of these greenery things, and I am just going to lay them out here. So I'm going to attach that one. These are just leftover pieces that I had from last year. I never throw anything out, And it's a good thing because I always end up using it on another project. Okay, we're going to put that right there on the corner, like that. And then I have this little twine bow that I'm going to put right at the top there. Okay, I am going to stuff it a little bit with some polyfill. So I'm just going to add that in there. Make sure I get the thumb. Okay, and now I am going to glue my candy canes in there like that. So let's put the middle one in first. And there it is. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again real soon. Happy crafting!